In the Twin Cities, over 11,000 children were in out-of-home placements in 2012. Foster families provided care to 8,000 of these children. We talked to those who made it possible for these children to find homes and families to belong to, and hear the story of youth who spent their whole lives in and out of foster care. I'm Rana Kamal. Our Issues Twin Cities starts now.
We decided to go into foster care because, number one, we have always loved children. Our plan has always been to have a whole household full of children, and we was not able to have our own biological children in the amount because I started out losing my babies. I didn't tell you that before, but yes, I had 2 miscarriages, and then I had my one daughter, Sheila, and we decided that it wouldn't hurt to have other children, and we didn't think about this foster care until I met a young lady that was working with me at Poster Data Center, and she was encouraging me to come to Volunteers of America to one of their informational meetings. And from there, I met a wonderful director, and she encouraged us to come. And we went to another meeting, and she encouraged us even more about being in foster care. And we thought about it because we had got this big house, and we always wanted children. And so we just said, well, why not?
Well, when we first started out, we had 4 babies, sibling groups. And we had 8 teenagers. We also had a couple of young ladies that was pregnant, that had babies that came to our house too.
You never know what it's like until you really just get into it, having a stranger in the home, especially when we had to learn, you know, the different personalities and problems that, you know, came with it. One thing about foster care, you have to understand that these children are not coming here as your children. They have been, gone, and done. And so we had a young lady, and which was a runner, and we was kind of shocked when they had told us, you know, what it could be like. But it was kind of difficult because we said, what are we doing wrong? We questioned ourselves. What are we doing wrong, you know? And so we had to come to the grip that this was something that the child had gone through over and over again, and we stopped blaming ourselves and started just encouraging her that she was safe here, that she didn't have to run anymore.
Most of these kids held in love, cared for, discipline. Those things that we had a very structured home, and once we got them to buy into it, they began to move and be successful in whatever they did. I mean, even the young man that's in Howard University, I mean, he was over there. I mean, he had a very bad behavior, but we kept working with him and telling him he was good, he was somebody, and that he can be whatever he wanted to be. And we took him to church, and he got in the choir, he sang, he danced, and graduated from Central High School. I think he went to Mankato State University, and now he's in Howard University, want to be a senator. Most of those kids that are coming to us from those the broken families, have a lot of different behaviors. Break things, kick holes in the walls, break the windows, temper tantrums, and you got to work through all of that. Because and you got to show love, because if you don't show, if you get into a battle struggle trying to make them act the way you want them to act, then you got a problem. Things can get worse, and then the police have to be called. But usually we work through those kind of things and talk to them, and, you know, tell them that they're a good kid. They're just going through some stuff, that behavior kind of thing, and that we love them, and whatever you've done, we still love you. And talk through it.
70 children later, and so many beautiful memories.
our fishing trips.
Oh, yeah.
There was a couple of children that had never fished before, and we had taken them to fishing right around here at one of the little lakes. And I remember the young man caught his first fish, and he pulled it. We helped him to reel it in and everything, and the fish was jumping all around, and he wasn't used to that, and he pulled the fish out, and the fish jumped on him, and he started running from the fish. We was trying to catch him because we was afraid that the hook was gonna get on him. So it was a very humorous situation at the time, and we're still laughing about that. And he's 27 years old right now, but we remind him of that fish, his first fish that he caught.
One of my favorite stories that we took, how many kids we took to Florida to Disney World? We took 7 kids to Disney World down in Florida. But the one thing that happened when we was going through Wisconsin, one of the steps had fell off the truck, and I hit that thing. And fire shot all underneath the truck, and everybody was wondering what was going on. So we got out and pulled the smell out under the truck, and we continued the journey on. We had a great time. We stopped at restaurants and hotels, and they enjoyed that. We got in Disney World. We bought different kinds of things for them, and we just gave them a good time. I mean, that's my favorite story.
Coming up on Our Issues Twin Cities,
I was in about, I would say at the least 14 different foster homes to the age of 21.
When I was going to school, I didn't want to tell nobody because I didn't know if anybody was going to judge me or not. So I basically kept that to myself. I didn't let nobody know nothing until I seen a few other kids that was in a foster home, just like me.
we talked to a few special young adults who shared their stories with us.
We do foster parent training for them, so there's some training they do before they become licensed and have their first placement, and then we have trainings that we do throughout while they're parenting youth. And then we have foster parent support groups that happen once a month where foster parents can get some support from each other and from the agency. And then each foster home is assigned a social worker from the agency that works closely with them, has weekly phone contact, and has twice monthly visits, maybe more depending on the needs of the child or what's going on in the foster home.
There's a need for foster parents to care for the youth of the older ages too, not just the infants, but also the teenagers that have some stuff going on in their lives and have experienced trauma or abuse in their past.
Nina, Javon, Devante, and Thomas, although very different, have one thing in common. They grew up in foster care.
I come from a very large family. I have 12 other siblings, and we all come from the same mother. But growing up, we were in and out of foster home, I believe, 3 to 4 times before we were all in permanent foster care. And that was about 6th grade, I would say. But living with my biological parents was great. It's just, things got tough. It's kind of hard taking care of 13 children in low-income families, but it was great. I was in about, I would say at the least 14 different foster homes to the age of 21. So it's kind of tough moving around from place to place, readjusting to new schools and families, environments, but I stuck through it.
Were you separated from your siblings?
Yes, I was.
How was that?
It was very difficult. It was, had a lot of emotional impact on me. We started out together, a few of us, and then just one by one we were slowly separated, and then I was living by myself for the rest of the, I would say, 8 to 10 years. So it was pretty tough, and we used to have family visits, but then they just slowly stopped. So I didn't get to really see my family as much as I would like to, and sometimes I had to sneak to see them, which was kind of a bummer because you shouldn't have to sneak to see your family, but that was hard. But we made it work, and we're all very close. As I was younger, I didn't really understand why we moved, but as I got older, some of the foster parents, I guess they would say that it just wasn't working or we didn't connect, but some of them I would tell my social workers, like, I don't like this placement, they're not really nice or they're too strict, but now that I realize that they were just looking out for my best interest, some of them at least. But yeah, I mean, a few just said the placements weren't working, so they didn't want to have us there or me there, and I guess some just couldn't handle all of us. I keep in touch with one of my previous foster parents. I would say it was 2 placements ago. So, but she was really great. I chose to leave from her placement around 8th grade because I just thought she disliked me and was so mean to me, but now that I look back and think about it, she just really cared about me. And I wouldn't say regret, but I kind of, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but I wish I wouldn't have left that placement because I think I would have turned out a lot differently. I mean, I'm glad where I am right now in my life, but things would have been a lot better.
I used to live over in South Minneapolis before I got put into a foster home, and so like before then, when we first moved out here to Minnesota, we did a lot of moving around and everything. So once I got put into the system, it was kind of hard for me to like be able to like change up how I'm used to living and stuff. Even though I did for a few years, I stayed in one foster home for I think 3 years. And so it was kind of tough things. So when I was going to school, I didn't want to tell nobody because I didn't know if anybody was going to judge me or not. So I basically like kept that to myself. I didn't let nobody know nothing until I seen a few other kids that was in the foster home just like me. So I knew that I wasn't the only one, or that kind of made me feel a little better, like not feeling different or anything. So I started letting people know that. They started like, some of my friends and some of the people that I started to be friends with, they, to me, it's like they kind of respected me more because they didn't know how, they don't know how it is to be in a foster home. And so when I started going there, it was like, me being me, I wasn't really the one to open up right away or anything. So like I kept a lot of stuff to myself, and I kind of like stayed distant in myself until like over time I just started slowly opening up. So like.
So they helped you.
Yeah,
they helped you a lot open up and supported you.
Yeah, they helped by being there, supporting, and
Did you feel like you gained a family out of that?
Yeah.
When you entered here?
Yeah, cause like whenever I wasn't here, it'd be like I'd be bored or whatever. I wouldn't be that happy or anything. But when I come here, it'd be another story, cause the staff and everybody, the counselors and all, they basically act like us. They act goofy and stuff just to uplift our spirit and make us happy and make sure we're having a good day too, just like everybody else.
Up next.
They would just label me as a bad child. And it's like, no, I'm not a bad child. I'm just simply crying out for help, and this is my cry out. But they wouldn't realize that, so I would get more in trouble, and I get more mad, and I do crazier things.
More youth share their experience growing up as foster care children on Our Issues Twin Cities. Children whose parents cannot safely care for them are placed in group residential facilities or family foster homes. Honorably, there are those who step up to the plate to care for these children, to give them a family and a place to call home. Organizations such as Connections to Independence and Children's Law Center of Minnesota work with foster care youth to ensure a healthy, balanced life as they age out of foster care.
Everything that we do here is based on relationship development. The work does not begin until there's a relationship established with their counselor who they are matched with once they come into our program until they leave our program. We've actually been blessed with a grant from Otto Bremer to work with youth until 24, which has increased our outcomes. But nationally, only about 45% of youth who are in foster care graduate from high school, and 100% of our kids graduate from high school, which is amazing. And nationally, of that 45% who do graduate, only 15% go on to post-secondary. And our stats are great compared to national. 50% of our kids go on to post-secondary, but that's one of our stats that we're really trying to increase. The other 50% go into the workforce, and most of our kids are stably housed when they leave us.
I grew up, it was on the north side of Minneapolis, so it was north side of Minneapolis and south side of Minneapolis, so it was kind of like both. But it was a horrific time, I feel like, because I didn't have no guidance at all. My parents they was in my life, but then they wasn't. They was on drugs, so they was in their own state of mind. So basically, I would have to like grow up on my own. My brothers, I have three brothers and 2 sisters, so. And they were all older than me. I'm the baby of like 11 kids. But they would go out and be boys, I guess, go do their thing. And my sisters would stay home with their friends. And since I was a baby, I didn't want to like get into the bad activity. So I stayed home. My sisters played with their friends and all that. And for a while, my dad thought I was going to be gay because I never went out, and I just stayed at home. And that was a tough time because that's a lot of families start thinking the same thing. And it was like, if you get to know me and talk to me, it's only because I don't want to go out and commit crimes, And so, I started acting out and just doing crazy stuff, just running the streets at like 8 years old, and I'd come home till like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, because I was hanging with my friends and all that. And so, although it was a bad time, but I had to find fun within me instead of within somebody else. And so, it was very tough growing up, I would say. But, I kind of miss it because it shaped me to who the man I am today. So when I was 8, that was my first legit foster home. And it was different because I never expected a meal. I was always like worrying about when I'm gonna get fed. And so when I came to this home, I was fed 3 times a day. I was clothed, I had my own bed. I felt like I was the king at 8 years old because I never had that, And so it was just finally the state was like, it's time for you guys to go. You can't live with them when there's nothing but bad. And so that's when I sort of started realizing that there is hope and, there is something I can do out there. My 3rd foster home, 4th foster home, I was acting out because it was my cry out for help. I didn't know how to be like, I need help. So when I cried out, that was my attention. People were like, what's wrong with you? Then I can tell them. And so after a while, I wasn't going to school or nothing, so my social worker was like, we're putting you in the program. And I was like, cool. And so I came here 6 years ago or whatever. I came there and it was pretty good. They had Pop-Tarts. I loved Pop-Tarts, so that's what made me kept going.
Yeah.
It was food and it was fun at the time, so yeah, that's what made me go.
That was their incentive.
Yeah,
to get you here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did Connections to Independence give you?
So now it's Connections to Independence.
Right.
So now, because I don't have a mom, I feel like Jessica's like my mom. Even though I still like cuss and all that, she don't like pop me in the mouth or nothing, but. She's there for me like 100%. She's like the only lady I know that, that been with me through the tough times and have yet to leave, that's still here. Like, I don't care what you did, I'm not going nowhere. And I have really bad trust issues, but she proves to me every day that, there's hope out there. And she proves me every day that she's not going nowhere, and I really appreciate that. And I feel like she does it out of her heart, it's within her that she helps out for youth.
At the age of 2, I was taken from my mother by Child Protection Services and put into foster care. I was immediately after a couple of homes that in my young childhood, I don't remember that much, but after that I was put into my grandparents' placement. And, I lived with them for quite a while, from the age 4 to 10. And that started off really well at first and got worse and worse as we got older and eventually had to move again. And just repeated that cycle more than 20 times. While we were with our grandparents, all of my siblings, we were together, all 5 of us in total. And then after that, it was just my sister, my sister and I, so I'm the youngest, and my sister's the second youngest sibling of all of us. And we were placed together until finally the court separated us.
And what was that like, being separated from your sister?
It was really hard at first. The first foster home I went to after that, I just didn't open up, and it didn't help that the foster parents weren't very good at relating to me either. So it turned pretty sour pretty quickly and moved from there as well. When I look back, my biggest regret is that I was looking for something without knowing what that something was. And so it's like, I need the perfect family, I need people that'll love me for who I am and who will give me the things I need and want. And that's not easy to find, and I didn't have a good vision of that. And so you move around and you move around and you move around because that's your solution. So I was in the last foster home that I lived in while in foster care, and my social workers, hey, this program I think would be really good for you, and it took a long time for him to finally get me in it, but that's how I got connected.
What is it like to be on your own now?
Pretty good. I like it a lot. I do my own schoolwork, I cook for myself, I do my own laundry. I wake up and I'm responsible to myself, and I like that.
If you are interested in helping a child out in need, please visit Volunteers of America and Connections to Independence. Thank you for joining me this week on Our Issues Twin Cities. I'm Brenda Kamal. See you next time.
Look for support, look for a mentor to keep you stable, to keep you on grind. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs support. It's just natural, if you need to ask for it, otherwise you're not gonna get what you need.
Don't be scared, don't be afraid. Definitely stay on the right track and think about school and college and all that. Have dreams, have goals, and follow them.
Regardless of what your situation is, try and keep your head up. Try and stay on a positive path.
If you have problems with someone, make sure that you're also doing what you need to do so that it's not just, so you can have good rapport with others.
Stick to your guns, be positive, show love, share with that child. Do not make the child feel as an outcast. It's a unified situation.